friends, happy Thursday. I am so excited to craft with you guys tonight. I love holding space for you every single week in the cloud. Hello, Whitney. I love seeing who's jumping on. Hi, Drew. Hello, you guys. It is Thursday and we are going to have a Periscope party and we're going to get very zen together. Hello, Beth. I hope that Arizona is treating you well and you guys are having a great time. Hello, Angela. Hello, everybody. Hello, you guys. Tell me who you are and where you are watching from in the comments. Hello, Amy. Hello. Hi, Whitney. Hello, Angela. Hello, Kaylin. Hello, Melanie. Hey, Jen. Yay. Hello, Lindsay. I'm so excited to see you guys. It is so fun. Julia's here and everyone is joining, and I'm not sure who that is, but hello. Hello, Kelly. Oh, you're eating and you're at a 4-H meeting. Awesome. Hello, Nancy from Georgia. And this week we are kicking toxic thought patterns and toxic energy to the curb. Hi, Talia. And you'll have to just let me know if your screen name is fancy and I can't tell who you are, what your name is, so I can give you a shout out. Yes, you're gonna need this. You're gonna love this. Thank you so much. I am just so excited to share with you every week. I love this little safe little nook in the interwebs that is just for us to share together every Thursday. So thank you for spending some of your evening with me. And if you are new, my name is Hillary LaMay, and I am your Throw It Out Thursday label reading gangster hostess with the mostest. And tonight I am your spiritual gangster as well. And I'm an essential oil educator and global team leader, and I'm also AromaTouch certified. And I am with doTERRA International. And yes, this is a Baltic amber necklace. This is great for inflammation. So a lot of children and babies wear them when they're teething, but I suffer from chronic migraines, and so they've been helping me for years. I've actually been wearing one since Olivia was about 3 months old and she started wearing hers. I've been wearing one right along with her and I love it, and it's fashionable and you can get them in all shapes and sizes. I get mine from Amber Dreams Jewelry, my friend Liz. If you do want one, then you can absolutely head to her Etsy shop and use Hillary10 for 10% off. So, and Drew, you are right. One more scope closer to convention. I can't wait to see all of you guys there. And so perhaps if whoever brought you to doTERRA maybe isn't as excited about essential oils as you and I are, then, you know, this is a great place for you to come to have that support and leadership if you don't have any of that from your upline. So definitely, you can always catch up on anything you might have missed on YouTube or on my Periscope profile page as well for all of my past scopes. And I just hope that after watching my broadcasts, you'll see that essential oils don't have to be intimidating. Pull out those bottles. Don't let them get a layer of dust on them. You know, you spent your money on them. I want you to use them for all kinds of things. And so, you know, they're super fun for the family. You can get crafty. You can make amazing gifts like we're going to show tonight. So if you would like to share my broadcast with your friends and followers, I would love for you to do that. You can tap the screen as many times as you want to show me love. Lately, the Periscope hearts have not been working for every scope, but there they are. I see them. So hopefully that will work tonight too. So you can just press the screen as many times as you want to let me know that you're enjoying this and you're having fun being a spiritual label reading gangster along with me in the cloud. And you can also swipe to the right or up depending on what kind of phone you have if you would like to share this with your friends and with anyone that you'd like. And as always, this will be available on YouTube. It'll be back up on Periscope as well if you are not able to catch it live, or if you have to go or whatever happens in your life and you might not be able to watch the whole thing. You have no fear because all of this will be saved for you to watch. Hey, Patty. And you will also be able to get all the information on the demo and the craft that we're going to make tonight. So if you're connected with me on Facebook, either if you're in my oil squad, you'll see in the private page, hey Marianne, thank you. And then if you want to connect with me on Instagram, Hillary LaMay there. And then on Facebook, if you want me to add you to the public group, it's private, but it's for people in all different groups. So like I said, if maybe your upline isn't in communication with you, or maybe they're not as passionate about the oils anymore, hey Sarah, then it's a great place for you to connect with people from all different teams in doTERRA. So that's really fun. And hey Bella too, hello sweetie pie. You can just send me a friend request and connect with me there, and then let me know that you want me to add you to that group. There's quite a few thousand people in that group, and it's a really great opportunity for you to see all the recipes and demos, and it's really great. So Sunday is Mother's Day, and whether you're a mom or you have a mom or you want to spoil some moms in your life or people that are providing lots of support to you in your community, this is an awesome opportunity to just be appreciative of all those people around you. Hello, Donna. Hello. And just be open to letting them just be celebrated and celebrate them. And if you fit that mold, if you are the one always doing things for other people, be open to receiving that celebration from others. And so people don't have to have given birth to you to be a nurturing figure in your life and to be nurturing your growth and development. So shout out to everyone in your village that helps keep things running smoothly. And hopefully tonight we'll give you a little great tip and craft that you can make to love on those people. So tonight we're not kicking any chemicals to the curb, but we are kicking those toxic thought patterns and toxic energy that do not serve us out with the recycling. They have got to go. It's time, right? And so those low vibrational negative patterns that can make us feel really down and sad and depressed, we don't want to spend time with people that make us feel that way, right? We want to spend time with people that make us feel alive, make us feel valued, and I know that I do, right? So our time is valuable. We want to spend that time with people that make us feel better when we leave them or wish that we could stay longer. I know my parents always taught me, leave wanting more, right? You don't need to stay until the bitter end. Leave while you're having an amazing time, because that thought is what's going to stay with you for the long haul. And I always like to say to people also that people will forget what you told them or maybe what you bought them, but they'll never forget the way that you make them feel in their presence. So sometimes we might get stuck thinking, oh, I'm not smart enough, I'm not good enough, I'm not capable enough. And likewise, those positive, high frequency thought patterns remind us of our potential, and they get us into that zone of genius where we're creating, we're inspiring, we're feeling inspired, we're inspiring other people, and it really helps us move closer to being our best selves, right? And so to honor those in your life that you want to celebrate, who make you feel amazing and loved when you're with them, or if you want to do this for yourself, because that's an act of self-care, right? So tonight I'm going to show you a really fun, crafty way to make a DIY diffuser mala necklace, and you may even want to make one for yourself. So if you don't have one and this resonates with you, I would love for you to make one and maybe tag me and show me what you're making. So using a mala necklace can help increase your spiritual awareness as you master your mind and your emotions, because that's what we do a lot with essential oils. We're not only using them for if we have, some seasonal threats, or if we have, head tension, or our belly hurts, or we have a sore muscle. We want to use them for spiritual purposes as well. Regardless of your religious beliefs, or regardless of all of that, essential oils truly transcend all geography, all age demographic, socio-demographics, all of that. And Nancy saying her mind can be her biggest enemy, and it's so true. And so if we can use our oils to harness that amazing ability we have to just tap into our zone of genius and become a little bit more mindful of our thought patterns, when we do that, we can turn it around and change it, because the first step is really acknowledging what is happening in our mind, because the mind has to get there first. So this is going to help you, I think, do that. And so you don't have to be into yoga to enjoy malas. Using essential oils can just deepen your mindfulness and supporting your emotions and enlightenment. You can use this when you're practicing yoga, if you stretch, if you go for a walk, if you're sitting and you feel anxious, maybe when you're on a conference call for work, practicing with your meditations and your malas and your mantras that we're going to go into in a little bit can really help you with all of those things. So I hope you're open to this idea. And again, it transcends all religions. So this is not about a religious group or what. This is really just about a spiritual practice that can transcend all diversities and all kinds of belief systems. So I hope that you have an open heart when you're watching this. And even if it doesn't resonate with you right now, maybe you know someone that it would resonate with. So I have heard of malas before, but not until a few weeks ago did I learn how they are an incredible tool for personal development and growth. And in case you are not familiar, I am definitely working on healthy boundaries this year, and realizing that healthy boundaries are the new black, right? And saying no to the things that don't serve me, so that it frees me up to do the things that make my soul excited and that light me up and make me feel amazing inside, and spending time with people that make me feel that way too, by saying no to the things that I feel obligated to do and that weigh me down. Maybe spending time with negative people or doing things that I don't want to do, but I just feel like I can't say no, right? So becoming a little bit more mindful of our choices helps a lot. So one of my sweet soul sisters, her name's Brittany. Shout out to you, Brittany. She is a member of my oil squad who happens to also be a spiritual gangster and a yoga master, and she was one of Olivia's previous yoga teachers. And she planned a mala making class for a mala making activity after their yoga class a couple weeks ago, and Olivia was teaching me all about it, and I love how our kids can teach us so much about life, right, if we stay open. Hello Christina. And I was totally fascinated by it, and I started doing more research, and I thought, my Periscope peeps would love this. You guys, I really think you're gonna love this. So I thought you would really enjoy the practicality of it, the functionality of it, and the meaning behind it. So what is a mala, what is a mantra, and what do they have to do with essential oils? That's what we're gonna talk about tonight. So the word mala means heavenly garland, and this is one that I made for Olivia. This is actually a half. Normally they have 108 beads. This is half, so that, you know, it fits her smaller frame. And they serve as a beautiful reminder of your intentions each and every single day. And so I've made these with lava beads. They're very porous, so they hold on to the essential oils that you pair with them. And they have a little tassel at the bottom, and then they have what's called the guru bead, and then you string them with equal numbers of beads on both sides. And so you wear this, and you can use all different kinds of gemstones that have different meanings and symbolism for you, but this one is all lava rock, so it's literally a diffuser necklace. So if you're not into the spirituality element of it, that's totally cool. You can just wear it as jewelry, and it's beautiful, right? And I think that it's really pretty and functional, versatile. I got all of these beads from Michael's, and the string that I'm using is fishing line from George's Tackle Box, so we're gonna talk about all of that. And the string of beads is something that you'll use in your yoga practice or in meditation, or if you're working on manifesting things, whatever habits you're trying to cultivate. I like to tell some of my business leaders, when we had a chat last night, I actually talked about this, about acting as if. And one of my mentors, Tiffany Peterson, I'm taking one of her mindset makeover training courses right now, and it's been really eye-opening. And one of the tenets she talks about is acting as if. So acting as if you've already achieved your goals. Acting as if, putting your shoulders back and having confidence in the words that you speak wherever you're speaking. If you have to speak in front of a group of people, act as if you've done this 1,000 times. Act as if you're going into that job interview, act as if you've already been in that job for 10 years and you're a professional, and you know you're gonna get that job, and you're the best, and you're amazing, and you're incredible on your high flying disc, you're in your zone of genius. Act as if, right? And so using our mala to incorporate into our mindfulness practices, into our meditation, into our yoga practice, can really elevate how we view our world, how we view our day. Even something as simple as saying, oh, I'm so busy. If you change that word busy to abundant, my schedule is so abundant today, it takes you from that negative, low vibration to a higher positive vibration of, I'm so thankful and blessed to have such abundance in my life that my schedule is full with things that are wonderful for me and for others. You know, so it's those little things, acting as if that positivity is resonating through your body. And so I also wanted to share that my aunt and uncle actually converted to Hinduism decades ago, and they moved from Virginia to India a couple years ago. And I remember as a child going with them to a Hindu temple, and I remember the smell of the incense, and I remember that quiet space, and we all just sat with our thoughts. And I was so drawn to their practices, and it's been really fun to kind of rebirth that and learn a little bit more about that meditation and that mindfulness element of yoga, because in the past, I thought yoga was just about stretching and the poses and fitness. I didn't realize there was this whole entire other element of yoga that is about just breathing into that space and finding a little bit more space in your life, and really just being intentional and attaching an intention to your practice. And that really helps get your mind out of a place where you feel negative and you feel anxious or fearful, because when you're focused on something else, you don't have room for that, right? It pushes that out. And so I just thought that was really neat, and I thought it would be fun to incorporate this into my essential oil life. So the string is made up of 108 beads. Normally, like I said, this is a half one, but the string is made up of either 108 beads, 54 beads, or 27 beads. And they're used to keep count while you're repeating your mantras, while meditating or practicing yoga, or if you're feeling anxious when you're in a meeting or you're traveling or something like that. And so a full cycle of your practice would mean going through your mantra 108 times, and you can count off on each bead. So you can use your fingers to count off, and it's really neat. And so what is a mantra, in case you're maybe not familiar with a mantra? Hi, Mom. A mantra is like a positive affirmation or intention that you focus on during your practice. So something like, I am love, or I am enough, or I am worthy, or I am whole, or something like I am peace. If you're feeling anxious, if you're feeling overwhelmed, you can start using mantras, and you can use your mala to count off. So every single time you repeat your affirmation, you can take a deep breath, and you can do it and nobody even knows. If you're on a conference call or something like that, you can put your essential oils on there and just really tap into your emotional state and really feel those anxious feelings just drift away, and you can count off on each of the beads with your fingers, and you just go one by one and you repeat your affirmation. I am peace. I am peace. And you can say it as if you are peaceful and you are feeling that way, because the more we act that way, the more that becomes our reality. And so anything that resonates with you, and as you take your deep breaths and you repeat your mantras, you're letting go of the negativity, the toxic energy, and that low vibration that just does not serve you anymore. Just like the chemicals, we're kicking the nasty, low vibrational, toxic energy to the curb. And as you work through various yoga poses and build your flexibility, as you push to your edge, as you steady your breathing, as you ground yourself, you can repeat these mantras. So as you're doing your fitness, or as you're stretching with your deep blue rub or your aroma touch or anything like that, this will help you stay focused in your mind in case your mind starts to wander and maybe you start to lose focus of whatever you're working on. This can be really helpful for you. And then why the number 108? So the number 108 has a lot of spiritual significance and is actually considered sacred in Hindu religion as well as many other religions. The 1 stands for God, the universe, the highest truth, whatever deity that you look up to. The 0 stands for humility, or the lack of ego in your spiritual practice, right? Because we need to be humble and acknowledge our shortcomings and then just work past all of those blockages. And then the 8 stands for infinity and timelessness. So the 108 is really fascinating. Google the meaning, and there are lots of connections with various cultures. For example, the distance between the Earth and the Sun is 108 times the diameter of the Sun. The diameter of Stonehenge is 108 meters. You know, I could go on, I digress, but back to mala making. We're gonna make a mala together made solely of lava rock beads, just like this one. But I encourage you to look up the meaning of a mala, look up the number 108 and its significance with all these other cultures. It might be a really fun science project for your kids, or a book report to do for your kiddos in school, to just share that element, because it transcends all different religious belief systems and spirituality. So I think it's really neat and something fun that you'll enjoy incorporating into your essential oil practice. So we're going to attach a mantra to our mala, and then we are going to fill it with our positive energy so that we can wear it anytime we want to feel positive and feel intentional. So first we want to gather all of our supplies, right? So we are going to grab some fishing line. Now you can use whatever cording that you have that you like. This is Power Pro microfilament braided line that holds 50 pounds. And this is George's fishing line that I got right out of his tackle box, and he recommended that I use this because it's thin enough for you to thread your beads, but it's heavy enough so that it's going to actually be able to withstand your necklace, because you're going to have 108 beads. It's going to be a little bit heavy. So then you want to measure your string to fit about 54 beads on each side. So I've already gone ahead and done some prep work so I can streamline this so I can get you guys back to enjoying your night. And this is a bead-alon. It's a little bit longer than the screen, so I'll show you this. It's pretty long, but this is a cool bead design board. So if you want to make these with friends or have a little class together, you can set your pattern of the way that you want your beads aligned for the pattern of your necklace. So it has all different little alleyways here, little ridges, and so it fits all of your different beads, and you can just grab whatever lava rock beads that you can find at your local craft store or on Amazon perhaps, and then you want to just grab some of these cool little suede tassels. They have lots of different colors, and these are really pretty, and the cool part about the suede is that it's going to hold the essential oils. So when you use these, it's like a diffuser, because you're able to put a drop or two of whatever essential oil that you want onto the tassel as well as onto the lava beads. So that's going to be really fun for you, and I can't wait to see what you make. So we've got our supplies here, and we've got our string, okay? And so what we are going to do is we are going to give a thought and a meaning to whatever we want to create in our lives, whatever we want to manifest as we're crafting and as we're actually creating and building our mala necklace together. So I am peace, right? So I'm going to work on that because I deal with anxious feelings all the time. You guys know that I have dealt with that for much of my adult life, and I actually put a drop of frankincense and copaiba under my tongue every time, about 30 minutes before I go live to you all and before I do any other public speaking engagements and things like that. It really helps with my anxious feelings and helps ground me. So this is something that you can do where you're attaching that intention of whatever you're manifesting in your life when you create your mala, so that it's going to hold that memory for you. And so what we're going to do, we're going to gather our beads, and you can gather the beads in whatever pattern you like, and you're going to do 54 on each side, and you're going to use a tassel, and then you're going to use a larger bead as your guru bead. And so the guru bead is representative of the student and the teacher relationship, right? So the universe is teaching us, we are the student, and so we are allowing the universe, we are open to the universe bringing us that manifestation, bringing us that positivity, because what we focus on expands. So when we focus on positivity, guess what? More positivity comes into our lives. That is the laws of attraction. And so whatever religious belief you have, it's undeniable. And so it's really fun to watch it happen in your lives and in my own life. So what we're going to do is first take our tassel to create our base, and we are just going to string our cording. We're going to loop the string through the tassel, so hopefully you guys can see this. Okay, and oh, also we need a shout out to my favorite non-toxic Zoya nail polish in the color Akira. She's super fun and zen. I love this ocean blue mermaid color. And so as you can see here, what we're gonna do is just string this right onto our fishing line first. Then what we're going to do is actually double up and string both ends together to put our guru bead on, okay? So this is going to be able to unify our necklace. So hopefully you can see this. I've taken both of the strands, and we're going to take our guru bead, which is just a little bit larger, and it can be anything that you have. If your kids have a bead collection, you can totally use those. I just love this as a diffuser necklace when you use the lava stones, because they're porous. So they've got all these little holes inside of them, and they're lava rock, and so they hold the essential oil as a diffuser. So we've threaded both together, and that's going to hold this beautiful guru bead and our tassel right there. See that? How gorgeous is this? This is so cute. So we can see that our mala is starting to come together, okay? Because this is the one that I did for Olivia. This is a little half one. And you can see that this is how we get it to look really nice and unified. We have that tassel and the guru bead, and then all the other beads come after that equally, okay? And so what I've done to speed things up a little bit for us is I've already started one that I'm making for me, because Happy Mother's Day to me, right? So this is one that I've started, and what you want to do is you just want to count out 54 beads for each side. So everything's even, and then what you do is you're going to cast off from the beginning, from one side closest to the guru bead. You're going to start there with your mantra, and then you just work your way all the way up, and then you go back when you've finished, and you loop around and you go back to the other side of the guru bead. You don't ever cross over the guru bead. So I guess it's kind of like bad juju, because you don't ever cross your teacher, right? Because the universe has much to teach us, and we can never think that we know more than the universe, right? Yes, as I mentioned earlier, you can put essential oils on the tassel. It's a beautiful diffuser, and you can also add oils to all of your lava rock beads. So if you don't have access to a craft store where you can find lava rock beads, perhaps you can just use some fabric, maybe an old t-shirt or old blanket, and you can just make it whatever you want. You can get crafty. But I love the intention of it, and the idea that, you know, we have so much to learn, and when we think we know everything, that's when we know the least, because we're always learning. And like I always say, leaders are readers, right? We're always learning, we're always increasing ourselves, and so we never want to cross over the guru, right? So we are always the teacher, we are always the student, we are the perpetual student, because we're always learning from life's lessons and what life has to teach us. So what I've done is for convenience, so I could easily measure, I did 10 beads per color. So I did 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and then 4. So 54 on each side is going to give us 108 beads total. And so that this is a little bit streamlined for our demo, I left a few beads left to string and show you how this works. And so hopefully you will enjoy this and find this fun and if you need to give a little saliva to your string, you can totally do that, because you know what? It's made with love, right? It's our blood, sweat, and tears that we make these beautiful things for the ones that we love. And so all we do is we just string these beautiful beads. And when we have all of our 108 beads done, we want to make sure that it's even on both sides with however many beads that we're using. And you can do any pattern that you want to. There's no rhyme or reason. Your kids can just get crafty, and it was really beautiful. So Brittany, Olivia's previous yoga teacher, and she's one of my oilers, they had this beautiful activity set up. She organized this activity for the whole class, and they were just having so much fun being quiet and repeating their mantras. And as they were doing Shavasana, which is corpse pose, they were able to reflect and be quiet with their thoughts and think on those intentions. And I love that idea for children. And it's been so fun for us to see Olivia really create this spark for yoga practice, because I love that, you know, at such a young age, we can instill these intentions and positivity into our kids. So I'm just going to keep stringing these, and it's just really fun. I love it so much, yes. And it is really impactful when your children are exposed to various modalities of life. You know, she's around essential oils. She's very familiar with what we do with oils and mindfulness, and I love that she really has this spark for yoga, and so it's definitely something that we're going to continue for as long as she wants to. Okay, so now what we've got is we've got our 108 beads. It's pretty long. Hopefully you guys can see that. Yeah. So what we're going to do then is we're going to just tie a knot a couple times at the end, and that's just going to help secure everything here. And then we're going to just tie a knot together, and we're going to make sure that it fits first. So this is super long, so this is definitely going to fit me. And then I'm just going to knot this really quickly. Yes, I can't wait for you guys to make these. I'm just, you know, I love this kind of way to show love, and you know, it's like these little things that you can make that your kids can get involved, and you can teach them about essential oils, teach them about mindfulness, teach them about all these different things in life that you know, that the universe can share with them. So I'm going to just snip the end when I'm done with this. And I like using the 50-pound fishing line because this is a pretty heavy necklace, right? And so I'm going to put it on, and we're going to see how it looks. So cute. And you can do whatever pattern that you want, whatever color scheme that you want, but this is so cute, you guys. Like, I love this. And when you have it low enough down, when you're doing your yoga practice, you can be, you know, just working your way through each of these beads. And maybe if you're nervous or if you're in a meeting or something, nobody has to know what you're doing, and you just count off on these beads with your intention, and it's just your mantra in your mind. You can be saying it and repeating it for yourself, but I love this. And so what you can do is just help use this as a tool for you to become more aware of your intentions and your concentration, your manifestations, all of those things. And if you find yourself feeling doubt, feeling distracted, you can refocus by using your mala to center you and really focus you. So it can be a grounding tool for you as well. And so now we're going to get to the fun part where we're going to add our essential oil. So I'm going to take this off so that I can show you a little easier. And again, this board is called Beadalon, and it's from Amazon. You can get it, I think, at Michael's also. And I'll put all the information in the wrap-up post that I share. But this is really cool, especially if you have little ones. You can teach them, you know, some of these smaller little pincer grip things, and you know, as long as you're supervising them so they don't choke on any of the beads, of course. But this is a really great craft for a rainy day, or maybe the summertime. You can have their friends over and teach them about different essential oils and let them smell them, and then they can design their necklace or bracelet or whatever they want to make. And it can be a really fun way for them to express themselves and for you to teach them about mindfulness and all of that. So I'm going to put this to the side because I want to save time for you. So you know how it works. You just string your beads. You just make sure that there's 54 on each side. You make sure that you've got your tassel, and then you've got your guru bead at the bottom, and this is going to represent the universe and represent that spirituality and that teacher, that the universe is teaching us so many things each and every day that we just need to be aware of it. And by grounding ourselves and working through each of these beads one at a time, and then going again to the other side, not crossing over the guru bead, one by one, repeating our mantra in our mind or out loud while we're practicing yoga. And then we get to incorporate our essential oils, which just totally takes it up a notch, right? So what we're gonna do is choose oils that reflect our intentions or mood for the day. So what I like to do is, I always, because leaders are readers, right? I love to use my favorite reference. Yes, I got all the supplies for this from Michael's, actually, except the Beadalon. I got that from Amazon, and I will share the link for you for that. And then the fishing line I got from George's Tackle Box, but you can probably get this from Dick's Sporting Goods or Amazon or any sporty outdoorsy fishing place, like any outdoor place that you could find fishing line. This is just microfilament braided line, 50-pound microfilament fishing line. I'm not a fisher, but anyone that is will know what that means, but I'll share the information with you for sure if you're interested in that. But this is the Emotions and Essential Oils Guide, and this is a reference guide for emotional healing, and I love this because what it allows us to do is learn about all the beneficial properties from the emotional piece of oils. So oils aren't just about the way they smell and if we like the smell of them or not. It's actually about what they can do to make us feel differently. So it can transcend, if we're feeling negative, it can turn that around and help us feel more positive using the beneficial therapeutic properties of these essential oils. So just like if you smell lavender and it makes you feel relaxed and calm, that's a therapeutic benefit that your body and your mind is experiencing, right? So each oil has a therapeutic benefit and property just like that. So if you want to comment with what your favorite oil is or what oil you're really drawn to, I'll pick one or two and I'll read to you some of the examples that it gives. So you'll have to comment that as we go. And so what I like to do is apply a drop or two of each of the oils to the lava rock and to the tassel area. And ooh, Siberian fir. Okay, Siberian fir is my spirit animal, Jen. I'm so glad that you said that one. I have been so obsessed with Siberian fir. I cannot stop diffusing it with lime and eucalyptus. So Siberian fir is the oil of aging in perspective, and Siberian fir helps us turn grieving, loss, sadness, regret, and fretting over the past into feelings of comfort, forgiveness, perspective, honesty, wisdom, living in the present, optimism, and peace. So it's really amazing. Now we'll do one more, lime, and then we're going to put our oils on our mala necklace. Lime is also another oil I love because it's great with Siberian fir. Lime is the oil of the zest for life. So it takes us from feeling apathetic and grieving and feeling the loss of the will to live and feeling discouraged, and helps us feel courageous, emotionally honest, engaged, revitalized, determined, and grateful for life. So of course I love these oils, right? Because these are my spirit animals. I love feeling grateful and having such an abundant, gracious attitude, because when you have an attitude of gratitude, you don't have time for negativity. You don't have time for those things. And when you kick all of that to the curb, these toxic thought patterns and your chemicals, but your toxic thought patterns, when you kick those to the curb, it opens you up to so much beauty in your life. When you take saying, oh, I'm so busy, to saying, oh, my day is so abundant, it totally shifts the perspective and the way that you feel about all the things that you have to do. You feel grateful because you have a job. You feel grateful that you have dirty dishes in the sink because you have healthy meals to serve your family. You feel grateful that there's crumbs all over the floor because your kids had an amazing time eating and playing with you, right? So I love this book. I hope this will resonate with you, and maybe it's something that you can look into. I know there's a Kindle version of it as well. I love this book. You can get it on Share Oils. If you do, use the code YesGirl15 for 15% off. This is not sponsored or anything. I don't get anything for promoting my favorite businesses, just gratitude for everything they do, and I love sharing what they do. But you can get this on Amazon digitally, I believe, as well as from shareoils.com. So what we are going to use for tonight is 3 oils that I've been really resonating with lately as well. And we're going to talk about rosemary, and spearmint, yes, and it terrains your brain neurologically. That is so true, Beth. So we're going to use spearmint, we're going to use rosemary, and we're going to use myrrh in honor of Mother's Day on our mala tonight. And so rosemary is not only the oil of the month, so everyone's probably got this. Yes, it does retrain your thought process. It totally does. So rosemary is actually the oil of knowledge and transition. And this helps support mental clarity, feeling enlightened, and feeling adaptable, right? And so we're going to put a drop or 2 of rosemary anywhere on our lava rock beads along our mala that we want to. And so this is going to help us tap into feeling mentally clear, feeling enlightened, and feeling adaptable. Because there's nothing worse than being surrounded by people that are completely rigid, right? We need to just be open. You know what? Sure, let's be spontaneous. You know what? That's a change of plan. Okay, let's go on a different pattern. Let's go on a different path. It's okay. We're going to be okay. And so using rosemary helps you feel focused. It's used a lot in nursing homes and with the elderly to help with memory retention and things like that. So rosemary is a really great focus oil, and I love to cook with it. So if you've been following along on my Instagram stories, you've probably seen that I've been cooking with it all week long, and I've been having a blast. So for rosemary, we're gonna put this, because it's so grounding and focusing, we're gonna put this along the tassel. So we're gonna just put 2 drops along the tassel. And you can see that it's a little bit darker and it will dry, and it just smells amazing. And it's also great for respiratory support, right? So yeah, I love this oil so very much. And then the next one we're going to use is myrrh. And myrrh is perfectly timed right now because myrrh is the oil of Mother Earth. And hello Mother's Day, right? Using myrrh helps us promote feelings of safety, feeling trust, feeling bonded, nurtured, and grounded, which of course we want our moms to make us feel that way, right? Because they brought us into this world, and if they're not a mom of blood, they're the mom of your heart, and they nurture you, and there's someone that you can turn to for advice, someone you can turn to for support, someone who you can turn to be excited for you, or be sad with you if the time requires that, and just sit with that moment, whatever you're going through, and be supported and feel that bond of that mother with you. So we're gonna put a drop or 2 of myrrh anywhere along our mala that we want to. And so I'm gonna put 2 drops of myrrh along where my beads change color, right here. Okay, so we're gonna just put these on these right here, these pretty teal colored, mermaid colored lava beads. And this is gonna smell so amazing together because rosemary is very grounding, myrrh is very grounding. Myrrh almost smells like leather to me. I love it. We're actually gonna use it soon when we make probably next week, when we finish up our car washing series, because we're gonna use it for our interior wipes because it smells like leather, but without any of that. And so then our last but not least oil is spearmint. And I love spearmint so much. In the very early days, and actually in my very first Periscope I ever did on December 31st of 2015, I used spearmint in my charcoal brushing demo, partially because of the emotional benefits, because spearmint is the oil of confident speech. And so early on, before Copaiba was released, I would put a drop of frankincense and a drop of spearmint under my tongue before I went live on Periscope to help with my anxious feelings, to help me have that confidence and be able to speak my voice and speak my truth. And this year, as I mentioned earlier, I am definitely on a pilgrimage to healthier boundaries and saying no to the things that do not serve me, so that I am open to all the abundance that the universe is bringing me in my life, in my relationships, in my work, in my health, in my happiness, all of those things. I want more time. I want time freedom. And so when we are shackled by the things that do not serve us, that bring us down, we feel sad and we feel heavy, but we want to feel lighter and happier. And when we feel happy and when we focus on that, it expands, right? And so we act as if we're already feeling that way. So we're going to add 2 drops of spearmint onto our mala necklace, and we're going to put these on the white beads. And I just love spearmint. It helps us feel confident. It helps us feel that we can articulate. Actually, we're gonna do a little bit more. We're gonna put 4 of these. So 2 white and 2 purple now have spearmint. So we've got our spearmint, we've got our myrrh, and we've got our rosemary. And spearmint helps feel confident, that we can articulate with clarity what our message is, that we can feel encouraged to ask for what we need from people, right? And ask for what we want, because the universe can only deliver what we're asking and what we're manifesting for. So if we don't ask for something, we can't get it, right? We have to be intentional about what we want to attract into our space. And so yes to all the things. I want rosemary for clarity and enlightenment. I want myrrh for feeling safe and feeling bonded and nurtured and grounded. And I want spearmint for feeling confidence when I'm speaking and when I'm sharing my truth and when I'm asking for what I need and feeling confident and not feeling guilty about asking for time or asking for the things that I need in my life to bring me balance. And that also means self-care. So it doesn't mean that you're being greedy with your time or that you should feel guilty about going to do something for yourself, because you cannot pour from an empty cup. So hopefully this has given you some suggestions for what you can do for Mother's Day, or what you can do for yourself. Make one of these mala necklaces as an act of self-care for you, and you're gonna smell absolutely incredible. It's the spearmint and the myrrh and the rosemary, and it's going to feel so incredibly grounding, and you're going to feel incredible. And as you're sharing your mantras, out in the open or maybe with a friend, it would be a great conversation starter. You know, just a drop or two is all you need on the fabric of the tassel, on the lava rock beads. But look how beautiful these are. They're porous and they're open, and so these are really going to hold that essential oil for days. And they're beautiful. You can make them in all different shapes and sizes. Like I showed you, we did a mini version for Olivia where we did 54 beads, and so hers is going to be better suited for her body size because she's little. And this is her one that she's going to love wearing. And she can wear it whenever she wants to. She can wear it to school. She can wear it if she feels nervous or anything. And so I hope that you will tag me on social media if you make one of these, if you start using a mala in your practice, either in your yoga practice or in your meditation, or if you suffer from anxious feelings, incorporate this into the fabric of your day. And also don't forget that this month, in doTERRA land, the rosemary is free for a few more days until I believe Wednesday on the 15th. And the On Guard Cleaner Concentrate is 10% off. And then doTERRA is doing a special promotion as well, where when you spend a certain amount or you get started with a certain kit, you'll get 4 products free. So the On Guard Immunity Boosting Blend, which is also the protective blend, which is really great for protecting your space from negativity and negative energy. So that's a great oil that you can apply onto your mala necklace as well. You can also incorporate that into just your daily diffusing habits. Like with the Dr. Hill's challenge, everyone's diffusing On Guard in the evenings to just give your body that immunity boost after school, after work, after you've been out and about places. And then you're going to get a free bottle of wild orange, which is the oil of abundance. So wild orange is one of my favorites. We diffuse it every single night in our just signature nighttime blend. We love that oil. And then you're going to get the On Guard toothpaste and the On Guard hand sanitizing spray. So you're going to love it. I love spoiling my oil team. So if you want to get started on your oil journey and have my leadership and my mentorship and my community and all of our education and tools, I'd love to have you reach out to me if you want to get started this month. And then also, I hope you have an amazing Mother's Day. I am volunteering tomorrow at a middle school where I'm going to be doing free Aroma Touch hand treatments on all the teachers and faculty there. So I'm really excited to just share my love for essential oils and bless all these people in honor of Teacher Appreciation Week. I gifted Olivia's teachers Aroma Touch treatments, and I can't wait to welcome them into our home as well. And I gave them to her yoga teachers also, because sharing is caring, and I love sharing essential oils with you. I love seeing what you're making, and you inspire me each and every day. So I hope you guys will just be open to this idea and use it. And even if you don't want to use it for spiritual purposes, just be open to the idea of helping you with anxious feelings, or if your kiddos feel anxious, you can help them as well. So I hope you have a beautiful Mother's Day. Celebrate all the people in your lives, whether they gave birth to you or not. That doesn't matter. It's all about the way that we treat people in our lives that matters. It's nothing else. So I hope you guys have a beautiful weekend, and I will see you next Thursday. Bye.